Hey, welcome to Doc Rides. I don't know if you can see that deer across the street, but that's one of the reasons you got to take it kind of easy around here. He's eating maple leaves. Those little buggers chew up your garden. Oh, it's dusty so badly. I don't know if I've got this camera aimed right. I've been perpetually struggling with camera angles as a moto vlogger because every biker is slightly differently positioned, so I can never keep straight whether I need to have it angled up or not. So forgive me if you're only looking at the sky, or alternatively if you're only looking at the motorcycle tank in my crotch. I realized the last few videos I've been riding this bike and not the Goldwing, and that's not because I don't ride the Goldwing. I ride the Goldwing to work all the time. It's more of my like everyday ride. But when I have a minute to do a little, you know, just a quick video or whatever, that's kind of when I get this one out. I want to make sure they both get used lots. I have not been riding my dad's Road King Classic at all this year. I got it started, and I just haven't had a chance to really get it out. I want to get them all out and get them polished and waxed and all that stuff. But it's just been, you know, there's only so many good riding days. And here in New Brunswick, we've had a really funny summer where today is absolutely beautiful. So we're in early June, just for reference. I don't know when I'll get the video posted. But we had one of those summers where it was hot and beautiful. That's a nice Audi. Hot and beautiful every weekday, and then Friday afternoon it starts raining, and then it rains until Monday morning. And every weekend's been like that. So I haven't really had time to put out any video content, and I haven't had a lot to say. I kind of had a rough every one of these videos starts with me telling you why I've had a rough time, but this one was especially bad. I had a patient come in on stable, and he passed away while I was working on him, and it felt terrible. I was in a situation where I didn't know whether to be more aggressive or less aggressive. I didn't know what to do, if I was going to save him or cause him harm, kind of thing. Anyway, it was I had a hard time for a couple weeks after that happened, so I didn't really feel like jumping on a motorcycle and making a video. And, you know, there's something inherently narcissistic about posting your own videos on YouTube. And I try not to be a narcissist, you know what I mean? But I kind of post these because I like watching them in the winter. And I figure I got some funny stories to tell, and my son can watch them when he wants to remember that his dad wasn't always, you know, just at work. That kind of thing. So I'm just gonna take it easy today. This bike is gosh, it's beautiful to ride. I really enjoy it. I found last video, I did watch it back, and I realized my microphone had fallen off its mount, and I was talking directly into the mic, so it was pretty loud and obnoxious, and there was a lot of crackling and that kind of thing. So today's ride, I'm just gonna take it a little slower, and hopefully with the microphone repositioned and everything else, the sound will be okay. A couple rides ago, I asked you guys about music and whether you preferred it with music or without music in the background. I'm not really recording the engine noise of the bike, and sometimes I find you can hear the supercharger on this one, the chirping of the supercharger blades, but it's not really giving you a lot of engine noise. So I'm not sure. I think the vote was no music, so I'll do this one with no music, and then you guys can just tell me if, you know, if it's a little awkward, because I don't do a ton of editing. If you'd rather have those blank spots where I'm not talking kind of filled with music as opposed to just wind noise, just let me know. I figure most people watching these videos are just kind of putting them on and going to sleep. So, you know, it's like ASMR, but with motorcycles. And I want to thank everyone for subscribing. We've had some new subscribers, and I'm close to 400 now. I think we're at 385 or thereabouts. Sometimes it goes down drastically, and it's very, well, I mean, it's not actually that depressing. I'm not putting a ton of effort into these. But it is kind of cool, the idea of having, like, you know, a little community, dock rides community that, you know, we can kind of be supportive. And I try to answer all your comments and stuff if you have questions about one of the bikes or whatever. Oh. So what I found, you can kind of tell, I don't know, with the wide angle it's a little harder to tell, but the roads here are quite potholed. So I use rider mode on this bike. I don't know if they all come with multiple modes or not. Let's go by the Hammond River. It's very pretty. It's very bumpy, and I got to be careful not to wash out in the dirt. But oh, you know what though? That truck is going there. No, we're not going to go that way. Anyway, yeah. So with rider mode, I put the power on full, but the suspension on full soft, and that seems to be the sweet spot for riding in New Brunswick on a ZH2. So if you're looking to get one of these and you live in an area like this, then that's my advice. And I don't know if you have rider mode on the non-SE version. I suspect maybe you don't. And this is a 2023, so things may have changed. Yeah. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about today, just gear stuff. I mostly wear this Climb Latitude jacket, and I love this jacket so much I bought the level up from this. I bought the Climb Badlands. If you can take, if you ride like I do, and it's mostly on road, and often in the heat, and often like to work and stuff, I like the Latitude better. The Badlands, I've been wearing them both, but the Badlands is it's pretty darn stiff and heavy. So with this one, I just chuck it on like any old jacket, and it's still got protection in it. You know, it's a nice, it's a really nice piece of gear. But it's, I think it was like, I don't know, 2/3 the price of the Badlands, and if I'd known how little I was going to use the Badlands, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. I would have just stuck with this. Now, if I did a big adventure, you know, a big long ride, I might take the Badlands with me, because it's got a lot of extra pockets and, you know, more gizmos. And it's probably a better all-weather jacket than this one, although this one's not been bad. But yeah, if you can only get one, I highly recommend the Latitude. I don't know about this color. It's okay, kind of the gray and black with red stripes. It goes with jeans, so, you know, for what it's worth, I like it okay. The other thing I really like about the Climb jackets, I have a long torso. I've actually started wearing suspenders because I have a long torso and not super long legs. I guess I'm not saying I'm out of proportion, but when I wear a belt, my pants like keep sliding down my ass because I don't have a big ass, and I've been trying to do squats and stuff to build some ass muscle, but that hasn't helped. So what happens is my pants kind of shimmy down over the top of my ass, and then the crotch of my pants shimmies down sort of between my upper thighs, and it looks like, I'm not trying to be offensive here if you're a little person, but I have the body proportions of a midget, like those short legs and long torso. So I started wearing suspenders, and it does the trick. But what I really enjoy about the Climb jackets is that they are longer in the torso. So I've had lots of bike jackets, but they come up to like the top of a normal person's belt line, but that leaves my lower back exposed because I've got a long torso. Anyway, a very exciting conversation, I realize. Mostly just wanted to show you the view here. I really love New Brunswick. You know, the people who live here, I think for the most part get it, but it's like such a hidden gem in Canada. Nobody thinks of it. It's just a drive-through province. Like, people want to go see Nova Scotia and see the Atlantic Ocean and stuff. Well, you can get to the Atlantic Ocean here too. I'm not telling you to come move here. It's got a lot of downsides too. The roads aren't great, taxes are high, but come visit. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Yeah, we should talk. Speaking of the country, holy moly, this stuff with the US and geez. Trump just increased the steel and aluminum tariffs. People are pissed. I'm hoping this will all get settled. Right now, I don't know when this is going to get posted again. Oh, is that a GT500 Shelby? It is. Sweet. Right now is the day after Elon Musk tweeted that Trump is in the Epstein files. None of that's ever going to come to light. We're never going to hear any of it because people who are powerful on both sides of the political spectrum, I'm sure, are involved. And the other thing is, you might be in the files. I don't know what the files are. Like, is it just anybody who's been an associate or who's traveled to Epstein Island? Or do they actually know if they were up to no good? Because I know, like, Stephen Hawking was there. And, you know, dude was, he had ALS, right? So, I'm not sure that he would have been partaking in the debauch. It's a little weird to think of that. But, you know, it's funny. I was thinking about Stephen Hawking the other day. And I was thinking how he's kind of like, you always assume he's a really nice guy. I mean, he did that episode of The Simpsons, which was cool. But maybe he was an asshole. Sometimes we see people with a disability and you just assume they're nice, because I wonder if that's just like what Hollywood has us believing because of all the, you know, Hallmark movie type stuff that we saw when we were kids. All the, like, disabled guy with the golden heart, that kind of thing. What if he was a pederast? I'm not saying he was. I'm just, I don't know, just putting it out there. It's possible. Sometimes ugly people are ugly on the inside too. That's something that we never come to terms with. I'm not calling him ugly. I mean, he had a disability. But, yeah. So that's that. So yeah, with the US, like, look, I know some people are complete dipshits about this, like, you know, all of a sudden the entire relationship is destroyed because of one guy. I don't think so. I think this is all going to get fixed at some point. So if you're, you know, in New England and you haven't been up here, man, come up. Bring your bike up here. It's, first of all, it's an amazing ride through New England coming up here. And you get to see the world famous Airline Drive, which is, just don't do it at dusk because it's really foggy and full of moose. But then also, like, man, New Brunswick is such a great place to ride through. I only ever take you guys on short sort of rides around my house because I don't have, you know, I'm not on vacation or anything. But, you know, it's worth visiting. That's all I'm saying. And for the most part, people up here are super nice. So, like, 99% of people, if you're from the US and you want to come visit, they'd be totally cool with it. I've got a squeak happening in my helmet, and I'm not sure if it's coming through on video or not, but it's going. It's the weirdest sound. I don't know what I'm rubbing against, or Maybe it's the GoPro itself, I don't know. This is the town of Hampton. You know what's really pretty is Sussex. Maybe we'll get up that far today. I'm just gonna film until the battery runs out. So my Uncle Stephen died. This was a little while ago. This was back in the winter. Is my mother's brother. And he had like pretty severe diabetes. And he was in a nursing home. His wife had passed away of pancreatic cancer. And I'm friends with his kids, my cousins, Chantal and Jabette. There's a nice, I think that was an MG. It might have been a TR6. Oh man, look at this thing. Sick. My son is a big car spotter, so we're gonna have to show him this video after. Anyway, Uncle Stephen had he had dementia, but like I would go see him and he knew who I was, so it wasn't tremendously advanced. But he would get, he would do the sundowning thing where they get like kind of more confused at night. And he was in this nursing home. It was a French nursing home because his wife was French and they went there together when she was diagnosed. And he got in they called the police on him because he was really agitated and who knows what else. And they took him to the hospital, and he was like fighting the police and stuff apparently. This guy's 89 or 90 years old. And then they just stopped treating him. So they stopped giving him his insulin and everything else, and he went into a diabetic coma and died. I mean, I don't know. It felt so weird. I went up to see him in the hospital. I mean, I'm not his kids, right? Like, I'm not them, so I don't know what's right for him. And he definitely did not want to live that way. He kept saying, like, let me die. So they probably did the right thing, but it's not a real pleasant, I mean, I don't know. I just felt really bad. So his memorial service is tomorrow, but my son, Jack, is on a basketball team that's, he's their spare player, so he wasn't here for the tryouts, and it's really competitive, like a high-end competitive New Brunswick team, and they asked him to play tomorrow. So I'm actually skipping my uncle's memorial service in order to go to my son's basketball game. I feel really bad about that. I really loved my uncle, but I mean, I don't know. It's his big chance to play. He played. Geez, I haven't done one of these videos in a while. He got to play one tournament, but in the first couple of minutes he got elbowed in the sternum, and then he collapsed, and they thought he had a splenic rupture. I think he just was vasovagal or something, but they made him go to the hospital, so he missed the second half of that tournament. So this is his last, I think, chance to play, and he loves the game, and he's already nervous about it. The problem is he gets so nervous that then he doesn't want to play, and he psychs himself out quite a bit. But it's just basketball. You got to tell him, dude, it's just basketball. I'm gonna go a different way this time. We usually turn left up here, go around the peninsula, and come back on the ferry. Today we're gonna go straight, because I think we can go to Norton this way. This is actually a very pretty ride too. And I'll tell you, compared to a sport bike, okay, so my wrists, this isn't perfect. My wrists are feeling it, but not terribly. Compared to a sport bike where you're leaned way over, I can easily ride this thing for 2 hours without an issue. You know what my favorite thing is this time of year is the flowers. Sound gay? I don't care. Everyone's a little gay, they say. The lilacs. I love the smell of them. New Brunswick has the best lilacs. So if you come early June, that's when you get to see all the flowers. And there used to be a guy in St. John who would go around town and cut everybody's lilacs off their bushes and then take them to the city market and sell them to tourists off the cruise ships. He was an enterprising gentleman, and I'm pretty sure he spent that money on booze and cigarettes. I haven't seen him there. I don't know if he's still alive. That was a few years ago, or if they just said you can't be stealing people's lilacs. It's like a business Dennis the Menace would run. Obviously, if you're new to this channel, I just talk a bunch of nonsense. There's no rhyme or reason. It's stream of consciousness. This is just a chill hangout session. Blow the dust off the bike. I am gonna wash and polish and wax this in the Goldwing maybe this afternoon. My wife informs me that I have to do the barbecue today too. Cleaning the inside of the barbecue is one of the things I hate more than anything else. You hate the feeling of it. So I had extremely good luck today. I was on call last night and didn't get called in, so I slept right through the night. But then the day after I'm on call, usually you're on, like, you know, a different part of the hospital and you got to go in. But we were fully staffed, which is rare for June, but school's not out yet, so that's probably why. And fully staffed, they put me on backup, and I got a list, like a big list of CTs and MRIs to read and x-rays, but aside from 2 of them, they were pretty straightforward. So usually backup is your busiest day because you get the big list, but I had a full night's sleep. I got a smaller than usual list because everybody's here, and got it done by, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon. Hence we're out for a ride. That house is awesome. I would love to have that. Look at that view. Oh man, this is the Kennebecasis River. Oh, dead squirrel. And we're up in the part that's all grassy, and my friend Dave just bought a boat, a Boston Whaler, that came with a, I'm afraid to ride a boat up here, drive a boat. My boat is a piece of shit. It's just a little tin, you know, they call them tinnies in Australia, but this is like a metal, what would you even call it, a dinghy, I guess. But up here the river is calm enough that you can boat through it in a little 14-foot aluminum boat. So my friend Dave just got this Boston Whaler 24-foot boat, and he was telling me all about it, and it's got this I think it's called a Pathfinder or something on it. It's like a GPS that gives you, if you've ever played a racing game, it gives you like the arrows in front of you where you're supposed to go. So he can go anywhere. Like he automatically knows where the channel is everywhere he goes. I had to do my boating license just to get my 14-foot boat registered because it has a 15 horsepower motor that came with it. Boy, this bike is awesome. I remember when I first got it. Whoa, there's a twitch. I was saying how scared I was of it. It's not scary to ride. It's not scary to ride. I'm just gonna put that out there. So anyway, yeah, I had to get my boating license, and I've kind of forgotten all the stuff from it because I really just boat on the Miramichi and go from fishing spot to fishing spot, and I never really go on the big river. I remember the rule red right returning, but the problem is our river is upriver in both directions because it dumps in St. John into the ocean, and I always get confused about which when I'm going downriver and when I'm going upriver. I can't remember where it turns over. So my dad had bought this fixer-upper powerboat when I was a kid, and we used to go out on it, and he never ran us aground. But he was a really intelligent, practical man who could learn just about anything. He was an engineer. I've just never had that skill. I've always made stupid mistakes. I took my little tinny boat to Shediac and launched in the river there, and I got stuck in the mud because I couldn't find the channel. I couldn't even find the channel markers. And so I've been kind of nervous to do any of the real boating out on the big river. Not that you really could with the tin boat, but I briefly considered getting a boat instead of a motorcycle. I think I made the right choice. I'm more of a landlubber. Oh, yeah, baby. This thing is so glorious. It's the most beautiful riding motorcycle. The friggin' engine. You know what would be great is like this engine in a Mazda Miata. Or two of them. It might not feel like super powered, but the way it builds acceleration, I'm not going to do the whole like fast pull thing. I did that last time. It was a pain in the ass to edit the video. But that just, it's so great. I should be more cautious. I don't actually, I assume the speed limit's 100, but I don't know what it is, so I should slow down. There are some houses around here. I like the quick shifter, but one thing I have found is it lifts the front wheel. Okay, accelerate. There. When it does that, it just does that momentary pause. It almost gives you that clutch lift. Like it feels like your front wheel does this when it catches the gear. Not so much fourth into fifth, but third into fourth it does. Boy, I'm loving life right now. This is amazing. And this road is shockingly good. Knock on wood, I hope it stays good the whole way. I have hay fever, even though I love the flowers, but they do give me terrible allergies. So I keep doing these videos and then realizing I'm snorting and snuffling significantly on them. But look, this obviously is not a high quality production. This is like pretty bare bones. Pretty bare bones. YouTube lately has been recommending a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm to me. And the last one it sent me was the one that my father couldn't stand that show because he said it was too close to real life, the awkward situations. Similar with The Office, he had a really hard time watching The Office. But there was an episode that he roared laughing. It was the one where Jeff's ex-girlfriend accuses Jeff of having a small penis, and then Jeff says, no, it's not a small penis. She has a huge vagina. It's huge. My dad loved that, and so that one just came up, and I gotta say it was pretty funny. Cavernous. These big vagina women are getting away with murder. That's one of my favorite lines in the show. Oh man. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll wrap it up here soon. We're just out in the country, bumping along. I didn't have anything really to share. I got no new insights. The Goldwing, oh, there was something I was going to mention. There's my snort and snuffle. It does make a little bit of a funny noise in the front end, but it rides fine and nothing feels loose. I did, I think Goldwing Moments, maybe, one of you guys posted a video of somebody having their handlebars come loose on it. I don't think so. I checked, I think it was on your Newfoundland trip, whichever one of you it was. I think it was Goldwing Moments. I did check if that had happened, and it doesn't seem to have, but I'm not sure. It might just be the noise the shock makes. It's got kind of a wishbone suspension in the front, and then maybe I just never noticed it before, but it rides fine. It's a heck of a bike. After riding this one a bit, it feels pretty slow, and I don't, as you know, I don't ride that fast. But the thing is, with the Goldwing, it's not a slow bike. It almost kind of feels like it because it's so controlled. So, you know, you can get up on the highway and you just feel like you're going 100 and you're doing 140. So, kilometers I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not giving it a negative review or anything. If I were going to design the new Goldwing, the other thing with the Goldwing is a little twitchy because of the shaft drive. I think they built them for long-term reliability as opposed to performance. But, you know, I'm pretty sure Honda can make a reliable... Oh, I got my genitals are getting squashed here. By my jeans are riding up. Honda can make a reliable performance engine. Maybe it wouldn't be as good on gas, and they were trying to keep the tank small. If I were going to do it, okay, so here's what I would do in my Goldwing critique, and take it with a grain of salt because I'm not a bike designer. I would give it a bigger gas tank by another couple liters so that you could get around 400 kilometers to a tank, ideally. And I think I want to go right, yeah. We're at the tractor dealership. We're going to go up through Norton. I would give it 25 more horsepower. I would give that machine 150 horsepower. It would not be overwhelming. It wouldn't be unsafe. The thing weighs 900 pounds. I think I wouldn't change anything about the suspension. I wouldn't change anything about the practicality, but the seat, I would not use that suede material that is on the Goldwing. You know, you get gas on it and it stains. You kick it every time you get off. It leaves like footprints on it. I don't know. It's just an annoying seat. And I thought about getting a leather one, but there's nothing inherently wrong with it. And it's a heated seat. And it might be, no, it's not cooled, it's just heated. But, you know, I'm not going to frig around with that. It's too expensive. Plus, for the amount I ride it, I'm going back and forth to work. It's like 52 kilometers a day. If I was going across the US on it, and it bothered me enough, I would do it. Or across Canada. But I'm not going to do it, you know, I'm not going to change the seat out. Not for the amount I'm using it. I guess we're gonna go back on the highway, so I'll sign off now. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the comments, and thanks for subscribing and everything else. Do a little highway pull here, and then I'll click it off.